If you want to sell something, tell people it'll help them stay looking young.
Oh,
that's the key to everything, right? Well, it looks like broccoli is the deal when it comes to that. Researchers say it has an enzyme that is key in slowing down the aging process.
Wow, joining us now is Fox 5 medical contributor Dr. Devanyan Piamparampil. We like this. Happy Friday. Wow.
We don't care if it's good for us. If it keeps us looking young, that's the sales pitch.
That is it. That's the thing that draw you in.
Well, there are 3 different ways of thinking about aging, right? So we usually think about aging in terms of time, like the years that pass. But there are other ways if you look at how the cells are aging. So not according to time, but how they're deteriorating, right? So it could be why 2 people the same age can look totally different.
Yes.
So some of that has to do with how efficient the cell is at using energy. So the better that it is at using energy, the younger that it will look. There are other ways of looking at aging too, but basically the way the broccoli works, it seems, is that there's an enzyme, a substance that's basically used in terms of creating that energy. And as you get older, you run out of it. So what they did is they found that in broccoli, one of the building blocks to that enzyme is actually found in greater quantities, right?
Sure,
so if they fed this to mice, they found that they actually were able to look younger than they were compared to earlier. So their metabolism got better, so they didn't gain as much weight.
Love it.
They had improvements in terms of their vision, their liver function, their bone density. So a lot of different things made them look a lot younger than they were. But they also found that if they gave the broccoli or these products to the younger mice, that they actually didn't get any younger. So if they already had this stuff in good quantities to begin with, they were okay.
Well, that's the thing. We should also add that cabbage and avocado have the same effect. But
cucumbers, edamame, there are a few things.
You have to be mindful, though, of how much broccoli you're eating. And also, you can't kill broccoli. I mean, if you kill all the nutrients in it, it's not going to work. So it's how you cook it as well.
Sure, that's true. And then we also have to figure out how exactly, why is it so different if it's in broccoli itself versus if you took it, let's say, as a drug, right?
It always seems doing the drug route doesn't work. It has to be in the food, right?
There might be something else in the broccoli or something else in the natural vegetables that actually helps it work more effectively.
Absorb it somehow. Okay, fair enough. Good on that. Eat your broccoli.
I think we're sold.
Yeah, for sure.
You're going to order some broccoli. Maybe broccoli raw, but you're not going to choke on it this time.
Unlike my 40th
An experimental type of male birth control is showing some promise, but researchers say it comes with some concerning side effects.
Wouldn't this change the world if men were in charge of birth control?
Well, I think it's fascinating, you know. So actually the studies, when they looked at this in the study, they found that it was just as effective, perhaps more effective than the female birth control pill. But the problem with it is the safety side of that equation, right? So more men had more side effects. Now, some of them were minor. So for example, people didn't like getting these shots. So one person felt dizzy looking at the needle even.
So how often do you get these shots?
So it's one shot every 8 weeks. And then that shot is a combination of 2 different hormones. So testosterone and another one that's similar to progesterone.
Where does the guy get the shot? What part of the body?
I think it's just in the arm.
Okay, good.
Oh, he was getting really nervous.
But I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's just
a regular thing.
Yeah, but the thing that's interesting about it is, you know, with the side effects, some of them were more severe. So people had more mood symptoms. I mean, there was one person who committed suicide, which we don't know if that's necessarily related to the shot, but actually occurred during the study period. So it probably needs a little bit more work on the safety side, but the efficacy side is pretty good. Now, I thought the most interesting part about this was actually the way they did the study. So how do you know if it's effective, right? They recruited these people who were basically fertile in a relationship where the partner was also fertile, and then made them agree for, you know, the study went on for about 2 years, that during that time they had to have sex twice a week to at least to be able to test how effective this was, and then only with that person, or at least with that person every time. So you can't break up because that would interfere with the study. So I was a little bit surprised that
they must have lost some people along the way as participants in the study.
Well, the other thing is what if you have an oops? Is the study responsible for this child that comes into the world that you didn't want?
Well, that was the other thing. So these people had to be willing to go either way. That they weren't planning to have a kid, but they were okay if that happened because they're actively trying.
You can't sue us.
Very involved.
You're not paying the tuition for the rest
male
of the
birth
kids'
control
life.
could be on the way.
And I was just going to add, the key is that it was reversible at the end for the most part. Some exceptions, but otherwise, unlike a vasectomy, which is
very important.
That
was a little factor.
Thank
Thank you for adding that.